Hi class, Tyler Rodriguez. My country that I chose for the intercultural travel memo was the Dominican Republic. I have a couple note cards here for the report right now. The Dominican Republic is about 947 miles away from the United States, meaning Florida. 947 miles is almost like a drive from St. Louis to New York City, New York. Then I looked it up. The destination from St. Louis to New York City, New York is 953 miles, I believe. It's around a 2.5 hour flight. Not too far at all. It is a really great destination for a tourist to travel to. Punta Cana is one of the more popular destinations of it. I believe this is the beach of that destination for us in the Dominican Republic. This is who wouldn't want to go here for that beach right there? And that's kind of where I bring that business idea of the restaurant, because there are, in the year of 2016, 6.1 million tourists entered the Dominican Republic. From that number right there of 6.1, 2.1 of those tourists are from the United States alone. With that being said, the economy kind of comes along with those tourists right there. Those tourists almost make the Dominican Republic, but I believe the Dominican Republic is its own unique country, and it has always been and continue will be. That's why I believe the Dominican Republic is a great location for this new restaurant, not just because of the tourists, but because of how unique the people and the land itself really is. Next, right here, I have the Dominican Republic is between the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. As we can see, the Haiti is another country right next to it on that piece of land. This is a little map of the Dominican Republic on this side right here. Like I said, Haiti is part of that land mass of that country, Dominican Republic country, and then Haiti country. And then there's that 947 miles from, I believe it was Orlando. Orlando is pretty south of Florida right there. I believe Miami is the more southern. As far as the business side right here, we kind of get into what the money is worth. $1 US, as we can kind of see, a fun fact, $1 US is worth 0.02 US American dollars, so basically 2 cents. So our money here in America is worth a whole lot more there. I believe that's one reason why it attracts a lot of people. The Dominican Republic, because of its amazing landmarks, it attracts all those people right there, and to me that's business opportunity, that's customers coming in. The destination itself can bring in all those people, but the food from the business is what kind of makes it. And I got a little note right here. A couple main exports from the Dominican Republic is bananas, coffee, mangoes, coconut, sugar, lemons. Those are a couple of the main crops right there. And then since they are the main crops of the land, with that being said, it's all put into their beautiful food that they got. Tastes amazing, I bet. I definitely want to try for myself someday. But for the business of the restaurant, it'll definitely strive, because it's not necessarily getting exports from outside of the country. It's within the country itself. It's gaining all of its supplies from their neighbors, the neighboring farms and stuff like that, not necessarily the neighbors. The outlook for the business side of the Dominican Republic, I kind of see that it flourishes, because you have the local markets that kind of boost up your restaurant right there. Like I said, the tourists definitely make that not necessarily easier, but it makes it a little more possible for us today. The business culture of the Dominican Republic, it is fairly informal. It is roughly a little more male populated than the female side right there. I believe that's just because everyone has to grow into their own uniqueness right there, and then not necessarily females can't do it, but they can definitely do it. And at the time right now, it is definitely male dominated, but I would not doubt a female coming up. I would definitely love to see that coming up. As far as business etiquette, respect is very much needed and expected from each other. If I'm meeting a new client or meeting a business partner, I'm shaking his hand very firmly. That's definitely plays in a role of business etiquette with us today. I believe right there. Um, Having nice attire because no one wants to make a business decision or trying to create a new restaurant with someone in just slacks or sweatpants and roughed up shoes. Not necessarily the rich kind of make it better, but be presentable. Have nice manners. Have good breath. Comb your hair back. Look decent. Look good. That's what it's supposed to be. I've always lived by a quote: if you can't do the small things, you definitely can't do the big things. Small things being waking up early in the morning, making sure everything's ready, you're making sure you're organized. I believe organization falls under the category of business etiquette right there, and communication concepts. Communication is key, I definitely believe, because without communicating, nothing will get around. In my job right now, I work at a car dealership. From that point, I have to be able to communicate with other people because we express the business. As far as the business in the Dominican Republic, the new restaurant, communication is key. How are those new tourists gonna know that we have this new restaurant coming in? How are they going to know to go tell other people that can also be a tourist as well? How can they experience this new restaurant that's really great and really involved with the people in the land of the Dominican Republic? From there, like I said, communication, I believe, is one of the biggest roles. Um, as far as more of the communication concepts, a couple words that were slang. Like I said, it was male dominant. Machismo, being macho. That's what it kind of, it's a little synonym for it right there. And then from there, after that being said, the the business itself can flourish and surpass other businesses, not just because of the tourists, but it can also make it for the people that are visiting and for the people of the Dominican Republic. An experience of this one I had, I went to Disney World for a Christmas vacation the other time, past year. From there, when I went there, they almost lured me in, and that's what I feel like this business will do of this new location. And then, other than that, I believe this new restaurant will definitely strive in the Dominican Republic. Thank you guys.